And it is time for part 2 of my strange QB journey. I am taking a look at ZyuohWild from Doubutsu Sentai Zyuohger. These are more cubes, so like the last review, if you came here expecting not cubes, you're going to be disappointed. So I'm taking a look at cubes 4, 5, and 6, and I'm also going to be taking a look at Cube Mogura. Cube Mogura, like Cube Kirin, is a very small little cube. He's about the size of one of the Shinkano arm mecha. I mean, obviously he's a little bit smaller and he's a cube, so there's that. But he's pretty simple to transform. And that's pretty much it. Just in case you missed anything there in that very complicated process. You fold it over once, and then you pop out his little drill. And there's your little cube mole. He's not really any more complex or simple than Cube Kitten. Here he is with Cube Kitten. So you get a sense of their relative size and scale. But they're still pretty small, obviously. He does have a weapon mode, which I will show off in a bit once we get to the combined mecha form. But as simple as these guys are, I do like them. Got a little footsie. Footsie! And for an outside side reference, here he is with Masterpiece Bumble, or Bumblebee, whatever. So you can see there's a very tiny cube. Moving on, I'm going to take a look at Cube Gorilla, who, much like Cube Eagle, is the one who forms the arms and the chest and is the head attachment point on the mecha formation. So he is a red and black cube. Like all the other ones, there's not really all that much to say about him. He does have a monkey face. You're just going to take these two sides, split them apart. They're going to clip into the sides like that. And then use these little dealies right here to pop the arms out until they click into place. Like that. 2 clicks forward, 2 clicks forward. You want to click his face forward once as well. And there you have his little monkey mode. Obviously, if you want, you can stand him like this. That's kind of fun, and he does do that little thing when he's combining in the show, where he kind of swings up on his arms and jumps on top of the stack. So that's cool. You can kind of emulate that. You can collapse his arms in, I guess, and just have him kind of stand like a smaller version of himself, but that all changes once you bring in the secondary piece that he comes with. That is the, I think it's called the Big Wild Cannon. Something absurd like that. You want to pull this clip out like that, and this is going to clip onto this mounting point on his back and become a giant over-the-shoulder cannon for your monkey to wield. He will cause utter devastation. He's adorable. If I saw this running at me, I don't know what my reaction would be, because part of me would probably be scared and the other part would be like, kawaii! These guys are ridiculous. I don't want this to sound as drastic a difference as it is, but I really do enjoy him far more than Cube Eagle. Again, mostly just due to the automorph spring-loaded gimmick. I think it ended up causing the arms to kind of be not so great, and if these arms had worked a little bit more like these arms, I think people would be generally happier with them, and I think it would be an overall better figure. So it's an improvement. This guy, I end up liking him a little bit more. That's not to say that I dislike either of these, because I like them both a lot. I think they're both very fun, but this guy squeaks it out just a little bit more because of, I like manual transformation steps. I really don't like it doing it for me, especially when they're so simple. if you got like a 1 or 2 step transformation, I really don't need you to do things for me. It's not... I don't find that impressive. There might be kids out there who love the spring-loaded gimmick because it's like a, wow, awesome, hurrah, but I'm not into that, so I prefer this guy, which is nice. I had seen before I got these in hand, a lot of people seem to have similar feelings about this red being better than Eagle Red, so I am glad that I feel the same way. He's pretty fun. And for size comparison with him, we'll throw in Mr. Mole, just to show the family growing before we combine all that. And again, this guy, not huge, but he's in pretty decent company when it comes to other small folding red animals. Cough, cough. And next we look at Cube Tiger. He is a tiger. Not at all a scary tiger. Spoiler warning, I don't know what you were expecting. Maybe you thought you were going to be terrified by his viciousness, but he's adorbs, like all of these guys. Not a frightening bone in her. I don't really know what the gender, if there are any of these mecha are. Sorry if I'm offending anybody by assuming they're gender mecha. Good detailing. It's white, so like it can maybe look a little bit bland, but I think it works. I mean, especially because it's a tiger. It's the white tiger, which is a fun MMPR callback. I mean, not really, but I can pretend, can I? As with all the other ones, there's not that much to talk about in cube form. Pull that out. Pull this out. Pull the head out. There you go. Many other reviewers have noted at this point, but I have to echo their feelings that the fact that the tail comes from the 5 and it makes the tiger stripes is really clever. That's some clever toy design right there. It's got these little thingies so it can fire little energy dealies. It's a little weird because the feet are already down here. These 2 feet, 2 feet. So what are these? Like back claws? I don't know. Also, this toy is the only cube that I have found so far that has any kind of balancing problems. He's a little top heavy, or it is a little top heavy. Of course now it's not going to do it because it's on camera. The curse of a reviewer. Are you kidding? There we go. Usually it falls over a lot sooner than that, so it's not like you can display these out or anything. They have clips, which I think these clips are just so the wild cannon folded up can attach on here for a later combination. But they do clip into place if you would like to do that for some reason, but be warned that if you do that, are you kidding? 30 minutes I tried making this thing stand like this, and now I have it on camera and it does it. Of course. Well, apparently you can if it's not angry at you. It depends on his mood. Her mood, its mood, their mood. Yeah, it was just falling on his face over and over again when I was trying to do this earlier, but of course. Whatever. I should just do things on camera all the time and then I would never have any problems. I enjoy this guy. He's a little gappy with all holes and stuff, but these guys aren't super realistic looking in the first place, so I don't really mind. Last but certainly not least, we have Elefanto! He's the only cube really that has the actual animal mode face on the front of the cube, which I've seen a couple people complain about. It doesn't really bug me. I think it's kind of a cool design thing, and I like the way he transforms, so whatever. The one thing I will say is that the feet protrusions on this guy are quite a bit larger than they are on Senior Lion Pants. I don't know if you can really... yeah, you should be able to tell. They take up a decent amount more room. They're about twice as far out from the body of the cube, and they have a significant amount of more mass up on the top part of the foot. That, as far as I'm aware, is because he forms the base of Wild ZyuohKing. Yes. Whatever. The one that's a combination of both ZyuohWild and ZyuohKing. So I'm guessing that is just to give him a little bit more surface area to stand on. I mean, that's my only guess. His transformation is also very simple. Elephant. You can kind of do whatever you want with a tusk. It's not going to go all the way down, or else he's going to be pushing his head up, or you can have it... There's not really any way to have it look good and be straight or anything like that, so generally some kind of curve is necessary for standing purposes, but it's totally up to you how you want to do that. He is a pretty interesting transformation with the whole being... I mean, bisected, not triangular, like a diamond. Like a diamond! Shine bright like a diamond! He's really cool. I know a couple people have complained about, like, the feet on his butt and stuff like that, but again, this is all a product of him turning into a cube and the whole shtick of the line, which I'm already on board for, so it doesn't bug me at all. I think he's kind of goofy looking, and I like him a lot. I like the green on him. Is a very nice matte green color. It looks very, very pretty. And the gold accents and stuff, like, just... They did a good job on the design with these guys, I think. It's just me, but, you know, what can I say? And here we have all of the cubes that we need to form ZyuohWild, and ZyuohWild Mogura Drill, I think, is his combination name when he's using this guy. But they all look pretty fun together, methinks. You can also add in, well, put this guy back here because he's tall. Where are other guys? Where are they? They are not transformed. What a shame. It will take me far too long, so I'm not going to be able to show them off. Oops, never mind. Yeah, starting to get to the point where these aren't all going to neatly fit in my review space. So they are all pretty evenly sized since they're all the same cube. I mean, they expand differently, so the way that they deal with their mass is a little bit different. But for the most part, they're all the same size, and the auxiliary mechs are also the same general size, although not shape. And here they are with some size comparisons thrown in there from Shinkano and the MP Bumblebee. And again, you can see they're actually pretty evenly matched. I mean, these guys are around the size of like one of the auxiliary mechs probably, and the larger Shinkano figures are about the same size as one of the larger cubes, so they're not that far off from what we've been getting. They just kind of deal with their size and mass differently. So combining these up is super easy. I'm gonna pop that open like that and set him aside. Take this guy, just putting them all back into cube mode, so nothing spectacular there. And oops, attach this. Oh no, you don't. Sorry. And we're ready to go. Now, unlike on ZyuohKing, where we stacked 1, 2, 3, on these guys, we're going to be stacking 4, 5, and 6, like this. And this is where we are so far. And what we are going to be, sorry, check something. Doing now is coming around back, flipping this open, pulling the arms down like we did before for the monkey mode, pulling these little arm shoulder bits out, giving him his weapon, which in the show generally plugs in this way with the scope facing off to the side for some reason. And then inside this folded big cannon, you're going to find his head, and this clip will attach to the single clip in the center of his back, forming his head, which you will split open the visor for. And there you have ZyuohWild. And I must say, he is looking pretty snazzy, especially when we put him next to his buddy over here. I really enjoy the aesthetic of this series. I mean, it's just wacky. It's super goofy. And yeah, obviously, they're cubes. And the only articulation he has is the same as ZyuohKing, which is just he can rotate his arms. There's no divide in the legs, there's no leg articulation, there's no head articulation, there's just arms rotating around. That's what you got. Obviously, one of the cool things about this series, though, is that these are all basically modular, and that there are different guys that can serve as tops and middles and bottoms, and even between these two, it doesn't, other than just looks, it doesn't really matter which direction you put these. Like, you could swap these right now. I mean, I could do it right in front of you. There you go. I mean, you can do it if you want. Or you can make a little mini dude. Or you can swap the tops. Or you can swap the tops and the bottoms, which I guess is essentially just swapping the middles. I mean, it's really up to you. There are all kinds of different combinations you can put these guys in, and there are even more combinations once you get more cubes than just these guys. So lots of combos. Since he is the same size as ZyuohKing, ZyuohWild looks pretty much the same next to Tokyo and Shinkano. He's small. Surprise! ZyuohGer stuff is small. But, like I've said in my other review, for those who didn't watch it, since the final combination uses 4 of these things as legs, you can see how quickly it shall grow. Even our next combination, which I'm actually going to split off into another short little video for expedience, will be a combination of this guy and ZyuohKing. So that will be Wild ZyuohKing, and that will be next. Last but not least, we're going to be coming back to take a look at Little Cube Mogura. I don't even know what I said. Mogura, meaning mole. You can just pop him, like I said, this little deal that was his little butt plate just kind of pops open and reveals a little palm, or stick for holding, whatever that's called. And you can pop him into the arm, and he can have a little drill weapon gun thing, which shoots like laser beams in the show, so I don't really know why it's a drill, but whatever. Sentai, who cares? It's not supposed to make sense, people! And it is pretty cool, I think, at least, that these guys can kind of combine and then also use little cube weapon things. Fun, weird fact, if you add octopus to this guy, which gives him a new head and a little octopus thing on the back, and give him a second cube weapon, this guy can be like a 4 or 5 or 6 mecha combination, so that's kind of fun, I guess. So, next up is actually smashing these two guys together and combining them into one giant dude named ZyuohWild They're super creative with the names this go around, right? So that's going to be ZyuohWild and ZyuohKing combined into one dude with both of these weapons. And we're also going to be taking a look at Cube Kitten during that review, because that is usually who's holding him. So, yeah. My final thoughts on this are very positive. I really do love this line. I like him even more than I liked ZyuohKing, mostly because of Eagle's Arms, which is an issue I've talked about like 4 times now, so I don't need to get back into it, but I like them both a lot. I like this one like 0.3% more. I mean, it's really pretty marginal difference in the amount that I enjoy them. I enjoy them both significantly. I really like the whole line and the whole gimmick and the whole thing that's going on with these guys. So if you don't, you don't. That's fine. I'm sorry that you're not happy with this line, but there seem to be a decent number of people who are very happy with this line, and I'm one of them. So that continues. I'll be taking a look at these guys smashed together next, and you'll get a little bit more of my full impressions of this, and then we will move on to Sentai Zyuohger, and then obviously their combination of all 3 of them. So fun! See you next time. Please like and subscribe if you liked and want to subscribe. Peace.